like it.
All right, so Megamind has came out with his new thesis that blackness is not a disability. Okay, so it's kind of strange that he had to point this out. But of course, you know, he's a fucking doctor or a businessman or some bullshit like that. So yeah, we have to listen to him. So Megamind, take it away.
Everybody else, they don't know nothing about all of that. So they can't teach you how to be a successful black person. That's just my theory. That's my belief. I don't believe that pretty much any white person in America can teach you how to be a successful black person in America.
All right, so that's pretty damn racist. How come you just can't be a successful person? Like, what is a successful black person differing from a successful white person? I mean, you could point out that white people have more billionaires, so could they teach you to be a successful billionaire, or is there like a cap to black success that a white person can't teach you? Could a white person teach you white success and then you get a whole bunch of fucking money and be a billionaire? Like, just strange. Just a strange thing to even point out.
Do not believe that at all. All right. So.
All right. Megamind, of course, you know, he's going to teach you how to be a successful black man, you know. His Asian puppet taught him how to be a successful black man. Well, you know, semi-successful. So he learned from an Asian how to be a successful black man, which the Asian probably learned from a white person, ironically, how to be a successful Asian. But that's beside the point.
What does that mean? Well, that means that black success.
Why does this nigga keep on freaking staring at his camera back and forth? Is he having a mini seizure? Is Megamind having a mini seizure?
Must come with a specialized blueprint. You must custom
blueprint
your plan of action. Your custom-made plan of action must come in such a way that it deals.
Why is he moving back and forth like he's shaking his head like a toddler?
With the specific opportunities that come with being black.
All right.
Talents that come with being black, and specific limitations that come.
There's talents with being black. Like, is it superstar basketball status?
From being black. See, being black ain't all about limitations.
All right.
See, you think that blackness is all about.
I don't think that shit.
You have stacked against you and all the odds that are not in your favor. You have been taught to believe that being black is like a disability.
No.
If you go to most universities, when they're lumping together, when they talk about diversity, what do they say? They'll be like, well, we have so many, we have.
All right, so of course he's painting diversity as a disability, or okay, let's see what he's doing.
A certain percentage of women, we have a certain percentage of immigrants, we have a certain percentage of black people, we have a certain percentage of disabled people, LGBT people, right? So blackness becomes like a disability or
I love how he named women, immigrants, LGBT people, and they're all like categorized as like diversity, but he connects the whole disability as with black people. Not being gay, not being female as a disability, because they all were categorized as diversity. It's only black diversity he had to make sure you know that's not a disability. Not being a female, not being gay, even though in many parts of the country, if you're gay, they can kick you out or they cannot like rent to you, and hell, they cannot serve to you. But nope, that's not a disability. He had to make sure being black, you know that being black is not a disability. Thank you, Boyce.
Go like LGBT and all of that. And I'm not a fan of any of that because I don't think blackness is a disability.
All right.
But a lot of black men see themselves as disabled. A lot of black...
I mean, shit. My father's disabled. I'm technically disabled if you count being legally blind and partially, I guess, retarded. You know, autism sucks.
Men are raised to think that being black means you are a victim by default.
All right.
When you think of yourself,
I mean, maybe it's the whole idea of a white person can't teach you to be a successful black man. Like, just how come he can't just teach you to be a success? How come what's so special about a successful black man that you're trying to preach or freaking tolerate? All right, Boyce is talking about the civil rights movement. Let's get it on.
One of the things that I always hated when I would hear stories, that congressman, John, what's his face, the one that looks like a turtle.
All right.
He's always kissing up the white people. I mean,
all right, so this guy, he's saying that somebody else looked like a turtle, okay? When he kind of looks like a turtle, like little Moist Twikens, he looks like a turtle that stuck his head in shit. Tell you the truth.
Right, that's the most pathetic looking black man I ever seen in my life. Y'all know
all right.
I don't remember the guy's name. He's so irrelevant. I can't remember. He's part of the Congressional Black.
I mean, he's irrelevant enough for you to mention him. If he's so irrelevant, why even mention him? Why don't you mention somebody who's relevant in the civil rights movement?
There's another body of irrelevant minor black people. They're all minorities. All the people in the Congressional Black Caucus are clearly minorities.
All right, they're black, so of course they're minorities.
Are minorities. Y'all know what I'm talking about. John Lewis, thank you. I can't remember his name.
All right.
Mind you, I think when he was a young guy, God bless him, he had some courage. He went out there and really put it down. So
I mean, yeah,
credit for that.
He is.
Since that time, the little turtle.
Look, John Lewis ain't shit. He should be an internet activist like me. Like me, Joyce Twatkins. He should fucking learn from Asian people how to be black. Boyce Twatkins, yeah. Civil rights was a disability. All right, now Oink Pigskin is talking right now, so everybody be quiet.
That, going to this idea of success, period, for black people, black men and black women, I think that...
Why do he feel the need to say black people? It's definitely that he's talking about black men and women. I just find that a little odd.
We're getting fed a lot of things that just aren't true.
I know you're getting fed a lot of things. I can see that.
We're getting fed a lot of things that keep us very docile. We also are fed these things to the point where it makes us hyper.
Wait. You sure we're docile? I mean, in Chicago, it's pretty shitty. In Chicago, Detroit, let's see, Maryland, Baltimore, yeah, in Baltimore, and like let's see, Compton. Of course, not all, but too many.
Insecure. We are as sensitive and touchy as a person can be. Like,
all right.
Like, oh no, he didn't say that about us. Like, they'll put these stories up on like News One or whatever. News One, I like News One. I don't have any issue with them. But it's like I don't really care. White woman calls black lady next door a monkey. So what?
Really? Okay, so he's cool with a white woman calling a lady next door a monkey, and he's like, so what? All right, now, if any of y'all get mad that I'm calling Oink Pigskin a fucking pig, don't get mad, because he's cool with black people being called various animals.
She don't care if I call her a cave beast. Like, she doesn't care, right? Like, okay, somebody calls you a name, you call them a name back.
To be fair, they, Europeans probably was closer to caves than black people supposedly being closer to prehistoric, ape-like ancestors millions of years ago and shit.
Like somebody hangs a noose up in your office to try to scare you. Maybe you go sue them, or you say.
All right, Boyce isn't afraid of nooses. Okay, cool. All right. So Oink Pigskin is talking about the woods.
So ultimately, if you're dropped in the woods, You want to have survival skills so that you know how to survive in the woods. You know where the water's at, where the food's at, where the shelter's at, how to get clothing, all of that. Well, the same thing is true.
Wait, how would you get clothing in the woods? Shouldn't you first start with the shelter? I mean, I guess you can get some branches and trees and leaves and shit and be like Adam and Eve and just cover your nuts. Look. That's how Oink Pigskins kisses a woman, by the way.
When you're in the economic woods, capitalism is like being dropped into the woods, except the woods, instead of trees with green leaves, everything's green.
You know, ironically, money comes from trees. Literally, paper comes from trees, so thus money comes from trees.
Money, and so there's money all around you. There's
all
opportunities
right.
all around you. There's income
all right.
Potential all around you, but you don't know where to go get it because you were never taught survival skills. But you're in some of the most abundant, most economically fertile land in the world, America.
Okay.
And I know this sounds almost contradictory to what I was saying earlier, but America.
At least he acknowledged it.
Looks like. The reason that we don't know what opportunities look like is because nobody taught us how to identify any opportunity unless it came in the form of a fucking job application. The only time...
I mean, that is an opportunity. Isn't a job application a fucking opportunity?
You know, an opportunity is in your face is when somebody comes up and says, do you want this job? Would you like this job?
Usually you would go job hunting. When the job hunts for you, you must be like a very skilled worker.
Oh, well, you fill out the application here. That is no different from somebody being in the woods and saying, I'm so hungry, I can't find any food. Somebody says there's food everywhere. You're like, no.
All right, so something tells me Oink Pigskin knows where the food is, you know.
There's not any food. But there's food. What are you talking about? No, there's not any food. I look for a restaurant. I look everywhere for a McDonald's, and there's no McDonald's anywhere in this forest.
Yeah, this nigga knows how to find a McDonald's.
That's how crazy we look when we say there's no opportunity to make any money. Well, because if all you know how to do is go to McDonald's, then
yeah,
you could be in a place that
he knows about McDonald's
and still starve to death because you don't know what food even looks like.
He knows what food looks like, to tell you the truth. He definitely knows. He's a fucking expert.
But somebody with survival skills will come to you and say, look, man, you ain't got to always eat at the McDonald's. In fact, the McDonald's food is...
Yes, this is what his doctor says to him. But I'm going to stop it right here. I'm sorry. I just had to crack a few jokes. Please like, subscribe, share this video. Don't fall for Oink Pigskin.